Whereas the CEO will just sit there talking to the shareholders going, yep, we're doing this, and this. I swear we are. That's all there is to it. Thanks. Give me a bonus of 10 million. Thanks. And welcome back to the 104th episode of PandTha Talks.
Hello, we have returned. That's lovely.
For a change, it's not my fault. That's a rarity.
That actually is a change. Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Yeah, it's good to see and good to know. But we do have some news to actually discuss this week, which is going to be quite interesting.
I like news.
Yeah, we all like news. There is some little bits that we can discuss from certain areas, but we'll see how that goes over the
We
next
don't
couple
need
of
to worry
weeks.
about risking anything if it is a risk. So
And it's not really that. There's some stuff on public channels, so I'm thinking over the next couple of weeks we'll discuss that. But that's as time progresses. But overall, this week will just be a sort of return to form and covering some nice news articles. Some good, some bad, some in between. You know the drill. But we'll see what the gaming space has been like for the last 2 weeks of our absence.
yeah, I'm sure they've managed to fuck up even more stuff that we're going to be extremely disappointed by, and it's going to be nothing out of the ordinary.
Exactly. I mean, it's good to know that you've just realised now, and
I've just accepted it. Like,
yeah.
what else can you do?
At this point, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So,
So sad.
Bossa Games affected by unknown number of staff cuts.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, starting out as
This
a
was
mean to go
this
on.
was this was my main immediate concern.
Yeah. We wish we had found a way of navigating this turmoil without resorting to the decision of scaling back our teams. Bossa Games
And
have
who
been
who is this with? I didn't see who this is, or is this just like a general topic? Oh,
Uh,
both.
yeah, Bosa. It's almost like I said the name 3 times.
You know, I was probably hearing it as a completely different word because Bosa I wasn't really expecting. You know, I don't know what I was expecting.
I don't know. They've been affected by another round of layoffs, with an unknown number of staff affected. I think that's even more concerning. In a
Yeah.
statement shared to LinkedIn, co-founder and co-CEO Hendrik, that's as far as I'm going with that, said the studio had made the decision to scale back its team following the release of Lost Skies. We've had to make the painful decision of scale back, focusing on the late stage production of Lost Skies and its upcoming launch, ensuring the game is successfully released and evolved for its players for the foreseeable future. Once Lost Skies is established and enjoying live operations, we'll shape into small teams working independently on novel game ideas brought to players as early as possible. Okay, that's typical. He
I
added,
have a feeling you're not very impressed off the rip
I'm
here.
not. So, I mean, it's as we were discussing with Matt and Lewis like 4 weeks ago now, about the idea of cuts like this.
Yeah.
They are quite detrimental. We understand why they've got to be done to an extent, but because the people in charge, who are all about the money, do not explain their reason behind it, it just comes across as half-hearted apologies.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, it affects a number of people. You know, first of all, the people are losing their jobs, and that
yep.
alone it's detrimental to your life.
Yeah. Then you've got the
You know,
people like their colleagues who are continuing to work on the product, who are now going to
yeah,
be under
you
significant
feel
pressure.
cheated as well.
Yeah. So it's really fucking shitty, and that's why I never come across really positive when it comes to these sort of things. It's really annoying to me.
Yeah, you can't come across positive in a situation like this. You know,
No, exactly.
people are getting just thrown sideways.
Yeah, and it's as we just said, it's not even just the people that are affected by the firings, like the layoffs. It's also the colleagues who are still there because they'll now be under more pressure than before, with less support than before, and expected to deliver twice as much. How's that fucking fair? Whereas the CEO will just sit there talking to the shareholders, going, "Yep, we're doing this, and this. I swear we are. That's all there is to it. Thanks. Give me a bonus of 10 million. Thanks."
The problem is that's probably not far off of accurate.
No, and that's what
And
really
that's
pissed
what
me off.
hurts. Yeah.
Because that bonus could have paid their salaries a good
And
100
it's not
times
like they
over.
need it's not like they need this bonus either.
No, it's not needed.
I believe the term is corporate greed.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
He added, "We wish we had found a way of navigating this turmoil without resorting to the decision of scaling back our teams, but unfortunately, we failed this endeavour." Now, my question has to be, like, a retort to that, of who failed? You, at the end of the day, made the final decision. What was the target to be able to navigate it? What was the turmoil that you were navigating? Who were working on this? Was it a team of people, or was it just you going, well, we can't find another way to save some money and make the shareholders happier. So I guess we'll just go and cut their jobs. Like,
All for the benefit of themselves.
yeah, all for the benefit of money bags.
The
Um,
Monopoly guy. Over
yeah,
him.
exactly. He referred to the turbulent state of the games industry and that this had a direct result on the decision. The past couple of years have brought a significant amount of disruption to the games industry at large, with treasured studios, teams, and games being shut down or significantly scaled back. We've read all the news, suffered through the changes ourselves, or seen it through the eyes of peers and colleagues affected. Okay, so you've witnessed it, you knew what was coming, why didn't you make the changes ahead of time? If you can see this happening, and you know it's coming, why not adapt?
Still too busy thinking about themselves.
Yeah, that's my worry.
You
At
know,
the
if the
end of
money's there, they'll hire more people and they'll not think of what it could mean ahead of time
yeah,
when things
just out of
go
curiosity.
wrong, because a market is always fluctuating, it's always going up and down, and when it goes down, their only way of fixing it is just firing people.
Yeah. Bonus 2020. Let's go 2024. There we go. Ubisoft fine print reveals small CEO pay bump for a Nick's driver show and more. It's one of them. Hate those articles. Ubisoft compensation, corporate governance. It wouldn't be dollars, wouldn't be pounds, it'd be euro. Can't pull euro symbol up. And here we go. Money. Money. Actually, yeah, they are all very much like crabs thinking about it. Oh, Ubisoft CEO takes a 30% pay cut in 2022. But according to this, in 2024, so he
I
took a
mean, let's be
30% pay
honest,
cut,
was that even
giving up
optional?
310,000. But then he got an increase of 585,000 to 599,000 euros. But the question once again goes, how much is bonus that he gets? Because we all know they get one.
And then some.
And that's my big question with it. He's received 1.8 million euro total compensation over his time. Oh, that was March 2024.
March 24, he got a 600,000 increase.
March 2024. So this was March 2021. He got 1.8 million that year, with a salary of 584,000. It dropped March 2022 to 1.3 million total compensation and 584,000 salary. March
I'm
2023, 1.4 million with a salary of 584,000 again. And then March 2024, we have
back up to 1.8 basically.
1.8 million roughly and 584,000.
So I think it's fair to say that at the moment, until something happens with Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft's going under, and yet
It's definitely
this guy's getting a 500,000 increase in wage.
Yeah, seems so, which is delightful to know.
Oh
This
yeah,
is the reason I
definitely.
kind of can't trust this. At the end of 2023, the developer made around 1/3 of its team redundant, with 40 employees remaining to work on Lost Skies. They said the reasons for the layoffs was because AA and indie games not getting attention among AAA titles, increased optional costs, and delayed funding decisions.
Well, this is completely not true.
Operational costs, sorry, not optional. Yeah, I mean, indie game on the front page of Steam, indie game on the front page of Steam, Indie game.
If they're on about in the company itself, the indie games weren't getting enough attention, which I don't really see Ubisoft making many indie games,
Yeah.
then I could understand. But as I just said, I don't see Ubisoft making many, if any, indie games because they're a massive company.
Not exactly.
And if they've looked, I mean, we've not okay,
Quickly got
non-stop,
away from that. It was sudden.
yeah, we've non-stop discussed about how indie games have been absolutely killing it in the market. So something isn't right when indie games are like skyrocketing upwards and massive AAA companies are plummeting downwards.
Yes. Yes, indeed. It's I understand that CEOs and that need X amount of money to be working at a company and all this, but at the end of the day, you're there to hit a target set for you by stakeholders. Realistically, you should be looking at improving the company for the staff as well. Whereas you're just caring about the stakeholders who've got money in the project. I understand the need to do that, but at the same time, if you don't care about the what you're actually creating and the people that you're working with, then what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of Ubisoft,
No. How is it
Assassin's-
going for them?
well, I don't know if you heard about this, but the game was released accidentally about a week back.
How do you accidentally release a game
So,
of such proportion as well?
so do you remember how occasionally games will get sent out early, the physical releases, before the like a day or two before, so that sort of stuff?
So they're ready for distribution.
Yeah.
Distribution.
Yeah,
Words.
exactly that. Well, these kind of got sent out early from a certain distributor. We don't know much details regarding that. I know there's video footage already out there. And Ubisoft have kind of told people don't play because we've not pushed the day one patch that we're working on. So apparently it's been actually on disc for a while. It's just they need the patch. And that's what they've been working on this entire time. So it does kind of make me a bit concerned of how broken that game is. And considering, like, we are 18 days away from release as of now.
We are getting close, and the anticipation is growing, and not the kind of anticipation you want for a game. This is not hype that we're talking about anymore. This is all or nothing for Ubisoft at this rate.
It does feel that way. So Assassin's Creed Shadows reveals progression details, and this is pretty much because of these leaks. There are honestly so much details that have come out, but I didn't want to cover it all. I knew it'd just be a mess. So we're going to cover some bits. We're not going to cover all of it. I don't see the point in going too far into it, but we'll just cover what we can.
Well, we're going to have a hell of a long conversation when we get round to it actually being released. So
yeah, exactly my point.
All will be talked about at that point.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Ubisoft has released a look into Assassin's Creed Shadows' progression system, revealing what players can expect the game when the game launches on March 20th. Players will have plenty to unlock in Assassin's Creed Shadows if this deep dive is any indication. Why don't you just watch some gameplay, game man? Despite a rocky road to release, Assassin's Creed Shadows is almost here. Multiple delays to the game have meant that excited players, or concerned players more likely, have been forced to wait for the game. But hopefully Ubisoft is taking all the time it needs to get it right. Recently, Assassin's Creed Shadows was leaked before its release date, adding another small chapter into the game's controversial pre-launch period. I love how they call it controversial. Yeah, there's controversial and then there's this.
Yeah, there's nothing controversial about this. It's everyone's expecting it to go down.
Yeah, even with the leaks, Ubisoft continues to share details about the game as planned. Yeah, I mean, at least this time they are sharing details on the run-up to a launch. Last time they just went silent, and then on the day, pretty much a couple days before release, went, yeah, sorry, no, we're not releasing, bye. See you in like 2 months. In a new blog post, Ubisoft has explored how progression will be handled in Assassin's Creed Shadows, with 2 protagonists to play as, both Naoi, I can't say that name, and Yasuke will have unique mastery trees to progress through, which are tied to their weapons and specific archetypes. Yasuke is the samurai and now is the assassin. These will complement the different play styles of Assassin's Creed Shadow's dual protagonists. Players will be able to unlock abilities with each weapon having 2 ability slots. According to Ubisoft, this will add new gameplay twists to the combat in Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I find kind of ironic. I feel like obviously you talked about how ridiculous it is that there's just a giant bulky samurai dude gonna be running around Assassin's Creed, which makes no sense for what the game is meant to be.
Yeah.
And it's like they realize this because they call this Assassin's Creed Shadows. How is this guy gonna hide in the shadows, man?
He's not. He's going to be the shadow that the assassin hides in.
He's gonna cast the shadow. But it is ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make sense. The whole point of Assassin's Creed is it's a stealth game.
The big question, that's what it was originally, yeah. Like, my big question still to this day is, are we going to be able to insta-kill with the Hidden Blade? Like the old games? Or is it going to be another situation where, no, you can't. It's all RPG focused now, that's all we care about, give me them numbers. And that is my concern. I don't mind combat in Assassin's Creed, because it needs to be there in case you fail. But Assassin's Creed was all, right, let me scope this area out. Can I cause a distraction? With that distraction, can I then sneak in? Okay, now I've sneaked in. Who do I pick off first so that I can get to the target, assassinate them, and fuck off?
Yeah, I mean, any stealth game, except, well, the likes of maybe Hitman, where if you get too detected, it'll just instantly fail you and you have to restart.
No, Hitman
used to be like that, no? Older games? There's a game like that. Where, it was very rare to see it. Like, I know much older games I'm talking about here, where if you failed the stealth mechanic, that was it. You didn't, then get swarmed by groups of enemies and have to fend them off going loud, which is harder to do than being stealthy.
Well,
it's not a mechanic you'll see nowadays, but it is. It used to be a thing in some games. I couldn't tell you what.
Yeah,
but nowadays
was more enjoyable in my opinion, because basically you could try and fight them off. But the problem was, you were weak as fuck. So 2 shots, you're dead. That's you done.
But nowadays, any game that's focused around stealth, they don't just fail you once you're detected. You will just have to fend off a lot of harder enemies that you fight if you complete it stealthily. And that mechanic does need to be there for stealth games.
Mm-hmm.
Because just failing and having to restart from square one is a bit shit.
Yeah.
At least being given that chance to recover, it gives you an opportunity to keep progressing instead of having to constantly go back to square one.
Oh, exactly.
But they should still be focused around stealth if it's a stealth game.
Yeah.
And I feel like with this Assassin's Creed, they're sort of just throwing that idea out the window.
It's how it feels, yeah. It's it's kind of annoying, to put it lightly, because it feels as though they're focused way too much on the idea of combat, and I'm worried that's going to be their primary focus completely. And if that's the case, it's very much going to be a situation where we're not going to see much at all regarding actual stealth gameplay. And that was what it was about originally, but not as much.
Yeah, that's stupid doing that. They're taking. There was a game we discussed recently that pretty much done the same thing. A game series, I can't remember what, where they basically just took the main mechanic and threw it out the window. And that's what they're doing here. Assassin's Creed has been known for being a stealth-related game, where you're going around, parkouring around the place and dropping on people and slaughtering them and throwing them in a pile of hay to hide their bodies.
Exactly.
And they're just completely 180ing from that. It's like, why are you changing the game? People clearly love the way this game is, and you're just completely changing it, and that is gonna cause uproar.
Yeah. No, exactly that, mate. It's absolutely daft, but there's not much that can really be said about it at this point. Ubisoft will make the decision, and on the 20th, I'm sure we'll hear about it.
Won't we just?
Oh, yeah. It will also introduce knowledge ranks. Knowledge can be acquired throughout the game by completing non-violent activities, as a way for us to connect the development of our dual characters' minds with their physical skills. Knowledge is shared between characters, meaning progression is made no matter who plays who players choose to play as. Now, once again, does this mean we can choose to just play stealth for the entire time,
If
or
they
are
give
there
you
going to
that
be
option,
mandatory
at least
missions?
it's there.
Yeah, my worry is there's going to be mandatory missions as the other guy. But then again, at which point I'd then feel, what's the point of him? Which I already kind of feel that way, but that's a different thing.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Like if you have the options where you don't have to play as him whatsoever, then it does kind of, you're gonna feel like you're missing half the game.
Yeah,
Which we're used to these days with the way
developers
games get
develop.
released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will allow tons of progression with new passive abilities, even after all the skills have been unlocked in the aforementioned mastery trees. There's tons to unpack here, and the full extent of it likely won't be revealed until the release date. Aside from Assassin's Creed Shadows, it seems Ubisoft really is betting big on its flagship franchise over the next few years. Assassin's Creed's rumoured release plans reportedly involve a new game every 6 months for the next decade.
Every 6 months.
Apparently so. Which seems incredibly ambitious. It really it remains to be seen if Ubisoft can pull this off while avoiding quality issues and fatigue from gamers, but only time will tell.
Now, that brings up a lot of questions. Like, are we talking about multiple teams inside Ubisoft developing different games and having periodic releases, or are we talking about the Assassin's Creed team?
Seems like the Assassin's Creed team.
What on earth are they going to release? This game has been delayed by nearly 6 months now.
Yes, it has.
So how on earth did they expect to get 6 monthly releases?
Unless they're planning to utilize the same engine repeatedly, and they've already got the start of it, because they did announce 3 games like about 2 years back.
2 years back, so we're already delayed by a year and a half then, yeah?
Pretty much. But if what they're planning is right, I mean, just thinking about like what Matt said to us from Old Glory Studios, he said himself how he felt really a bit like worn out working on the Division games because he was just like designing cities in New York and stuff, and he felt very monotonous and very repetitive and boring. And if they're going to be working on the same game franchise repeatedly with very little changing for a decade, and they need to be pushing them out every 6 months.
And at this point, it's going to be quantity over quality, and
Yeah,
everybody knows that never ends well.
no, exactly. So that is a very big concern with it coming up to release. So I suppose we shall see.
Won't we just?
Avowed. Got another update, apparently. They seem to have like been focusing quite heavily on this game. It's not bad. I played a bit. It's not a game I'm going to be able to get into anytime soon because I've got some other games that are kind of my focus at the moment.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of had a bit of a look. I completed the tutorial. Thought, yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoyed what I played, and I'd definitely be willing to play more down the line, and that is the plan. But apparently, they are pushing quite a few updates with the game, which is always a positive to see. We always like to see people making sure that the games are running smoothly, that things are running well, and anything that needs to be sorted quickly. I just wanted to mention that briefly. There wasn't really much else I can really add to it, other than going through the patch notes. And
if a game is getting worked on after release, that's a positive. Like we're let's be honest, as sad as it is to say, we're used to games getting released in a dog shit state.
Yeah.
If they at least get worked on to be made better, then that's good enough for me.
No, exactly. So I think we covered this like a year and a half ago, but not Suicide Squad. There was a Wonder Woman game in it.
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did cover this. And apparently, according to Warner Brothers, they've cancelled it due to Suicide Squad's failure.
Yeah, that was
that's
quite a failure.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a video by another YouTuber the other day, and it was all about how he kind of went into it thinking positively, trying to hope that there was some good news and something good to come from it. And he gave it a full year, and he finally dropped his full review on the year. And the game's development is pretty much dead now. It's dead in the water. But yeah, they fucked up royally, and that was only last year. It really
Not
says
surprising, unfortunately to say.
yeah. So the cancellation of Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman game, was partly caused by the underperformance of fellow DC title Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, according to an industry insider.
Well, they succeeded on one thing. They killed the Justice League.
Yeah, exactly that. They killed something to do with the Justice League. Success, I suppose. Wonder Woman developer.
Success.
Yeah, definitely what I'm talking about here. Wonder Woman developer Monolith was also shut down by Warner Brother Games, along with 2 other studios. The Wonder Woman game project was first announced at Game Awards in 2021. That's not what I want to search. With a short teaser trailer that excited many players. However, after years with little to no updates on the title, Warner Brothers cancelled the Wonder Woman game altogether. Games also shut down Wonder Woman's developers studio Monolith Productions, known for classic titles like Shadows of Mordor, No One Lives Forever, and Fear. I love the Shadow of Mordor games, and the Fear franchise. Those are 2 franchises I absolutely adore, so I'm quite disappointed by that. The news disappointed DC fans who were looking forward to a AAA title centered on the iconic Amazonian. Now a reliable source has shed some light on the reasoning behind that decision. Who'd have guessed it'd be something to do with Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League?
Darker.
No one had ever guessed that, would they?
Absolutely not.
In a recent Kind of Funny Games podcast episode via Games Radar, veteran Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier talked about the issues that led to Wonder Woman's cancellation. According to Schreier, some decisions taken by Warner Brother Games' former boss, David Haddad, greatly affected Wonder Woman's development. Haddad had shut down Monolith's new IP, which prompted several of Monolith's directors to resign. In consequence, the studio had to focus on rebuilding its team and Wonder Woman at the same time. Moreover, Wonder Woman was set to explore Shadow of Mordor's clever Nemesis system, but the studios rebooted it to fit a more linear action style similar to God of War. But by then it was kind of too late. Especially because the last year was so bad for Warner Brothers Games organization. Now, I think a superhero game based with the Nemesis system would be absolutely amazing. I don't know if you know what the Nemesis system actually is.
No.
Okay, so the Nemesis system, Warner Brothers have a patent to this system. It's absolutely phenomenal. But basically, please tell me there's a video or something. Nope. Fuck it.
Things can never be simple, Roy.
No.
You forget this.
So, a Nemesis system in the Shadow of War or Mordor games, etc. Every enemy, doesn't matter whether they were a pawn, so basically just a basic enemy type, or they went all the way up to the highest. If they killed you,
I like to refer to them as.
Yeah, if they killed you, they would rank up. They get stronger. Now, they wouldn't just get stronger. They would build information based on this. So, like, oh, I've killed you X amount of times. Do you really think you can fucking fight me? And they would fight each other to take control of sections. But then they would just hunt you down and come for you. You might kill them, think they're dead, but you didn't actually finish them off properly. So they come back, metal faces, to cover up scars and shit. And they will fucking hunt you down for it. And they will try and take control. But it just kind of built these stories upon itself. Now, you imagine that in a superhero game, where you're taking down basic criminals. And let's say you fuck up. One criminal hits you, knocks you down, you're out for the count. Like, okay, fuck it, I'll go back later. You go back to that area a couple hours later, same criminals there, a lot stronger, more equipment, ready to take you on. He remembers that he's beat you once already. He's more prepared. He knows your fighting style. Stuff like that, I think, would be really impressive in a superhero game. And just build some, like, oh, this is a new supervillain. How did he get to this strength? Oh, he defeated Diana like 6 times.
I see both pros and cons there. It's a really cool concept, but you got to think of play styles of people. Some people are going to take their time and like grind everything out that they can to get as strong as possible and essentially have no challenge against any enemy they come across. And vice versa to that, the people who try to rush it as quickly as possible are going to continuously try to kill the same really tough boss. And is it going to get to the point where they just become impossible to defeat?
Well, that's the other thing. These guys, they didn't stay in the same location. They'd fuck off. They'd go around all over the place. And they wouldn't just like inhabit a location. You'd have a chance to take them on, sure. But if you fail that chance, they disappear for a while. And they might randomly appear coming after you, hunting you down. So they might just randomly appear after you. On top of that, just because these are your allies, doesn't mean they're going to stay your allies. People betray you.
That they do.
So, yeah, you actually are trying to like build your army in this game though. But what made this sad is that sort of system idea where like people get stronger, they remember you, they remember things about you, they can come hunt you down, stuff like that. Think about how many sort of ways that could be used in different games.
It sounds like a really cool idea, and it sounds like could present like a real challenge to some games, because some games you have too much confidence and you think you can rush things, you get knocked down, and you're like, oh well, I learned everything that I need to learn from that, so I can just go back and be easy peasy. That would change that and actually make you have to play the game properly. So if it was really well thought out and like serious effort put in, I feel like it could pay off to be something seriously good, but we'd have to see it done.
Exactly. And that's the problem. That's where this all lies, in my opinion. Because Warner Brothers have an issue that Nintendo have. They patent shit. So, this amazing mechanic that has only been utilised twice cannot be used by anyone else because it's been patented.
Nice.
And that's sort of what I was on about. It was like, how amazing would it be if developers had a chance to utilise systems like this? Because that could really revolutionise some games. It could be something amazing that they've sort of like tweaked a bit to be their own little way of doing it, and it'll work. And it'll absolutely change how that game is seen by people. It'll be great. But they don't have that choice. Because Warner Brothers went, nah, we spent money to patent that, sorry. So
Well, who knows? Maybe there's a time down the line where, because they're not Nintendo, they actually let people use it for a price or something like that, you know? And one can dream.
Yeah. But the other side to it is, how are indie developers ever going to have that chance?
No.
Exactly.
They don't have that chance, and they're still absolutely beating the snot out of AAA games, so...
Exactly. Last year's Suicide Squad was a humongous flop. They wrote off $200 million because of that multiverse and Quidditch Champions also both flops.
Thinking of that, what was it again? The lost 400 mil?
Concord.
You remember that? Concord? No, nah. What the fuck were they thinking? What were they making? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember we memed about it and said they ordered pizzas every single night.
Because of Multiverses and Quidditch Champions also both flops, they wrote off another 100 million cost of that. So they wrote off $300 million in total over the last year. This series of losses led to Haddad resigning as head and eventual cancellation of Wonder Woman. J.B. Perrette took over the game division and plans on bringing profits by pushing the company's biggest brands, like the potential Hogwarts Legacy sequel and the upcoming Game of Thrones King's Road. This isn't the first time that that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's poor performance has hit a major blow at the video game studios, as its developer, Rocksteady, reportedly suffered layoffs in January. Suicide Squad recently released one last major update before support for the live service title ended. Aside from Wonder Woman, Warner Brothers Games closed the doors of another popular title earlier this year despite a more positive audience than Suicide Squad. Multiverses was confirmed to shut down May 30th, 2025, with Warner Bros. Also closing its studio players' first games. Sad times. What's Multiverses now? Oh, it's this. I'm pretty sure there's another... Oh! There was one other thing I wanted to bring up. I'll bring it up before I do this. I don't know if you've heard. Skype's been cut
down!
They're closing it down.
Huzzah! At last, no one will talk about Skype. I mean, oh no, that's so sad.
I mean, that's where you and me first started talking all those years ago.
Vocally, yes.
Yes, vocally. Microsoft announced on Friday shutting Skype down after a 21-year-long run.
Years.
The tech giant, which bought Skype in 2011, warned users they will not have access to their accounts on May 5th, 2025, and urged them to migrate to its free Teams app as soon as possible. I will urge all 1.95 billion registered accounts to move to Discord instead. Teams gives me trauma because I work with it. So, go to Discord or any other version of it.
But not sponsored, by the way, by Discord.
No, wouldn't that be great?
Anyone gets sponsored by Discord. They don't need it. They don't need anyone to sponsor them, man.
But yeah, Skype is officially being shut down. I had to mention that. It was such a crazy thing. It came from nowhere as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're basically saying to people, move to Teams for free and you don't have to use Skype anymore. Whatever. So the final topic. I have to mention this.
The final topic? What?
Yeah, we're already there. Oh, these are 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
So I have to mention this because recently I've been back on GTA Online again. I go back to it every now and again, and my friends like, yeah, let's play, we'll do this, we'll do that. It's like, yeah, whatever, we'll jump on, sure. So anyways, I started playing again recently, and I only just recently found out that the GTA Online version for PC was not the same as it was for the PS5 and Xbox Series X. I didn't know this, but apparently they had like 1 or 2 updates more than we did, which is funny.
How dare they?
But the other side of it is, they didn't push the enhanced features for, like, how the game runs, or graphical upgrades to us either, until, well, in 2 days' time. On Tuesday, the 4th of March, it gets pushed out. It's a free upgrade as well, for anyone that already owns the game.
Love that.
Which is fine. Faster loading times, better graphics, all that sort of stuff, and some upgrades to GTA Online. All your progress will transfer over, which is all fine. It just kind of annoyed me a bit. But I decided to have a bit of a look into what GTA Enhanced is actually going to bring to PC players. And to be honest, I didn't really think there was much. This bit here is just instructions on how to progress and stuff like that. But I'm going to go to Steam quickly here. Go to my library, because this is where I initially saw it, even though I can't use the Steam version of GTA Online. Here we go. So, here we are. Free upgrade for GTA 5 on PC coming March 4th. Free upgrade, sought after features only on the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S versions of GTA Online. So, enjoy a range of new vehicles and upgrades at this person's works. That push automotive performance to new heights and test your driving skills with premium test rides, HSW races, and HSW time trials. Encounter ambient animals all across Sylvan San Andreas and take pictures of them to participate in the daily wildlife photography challenge for new rules. Yeah, at this point I was like, what the fuck is this? This was where I started questioning what the fuck's going on. PC players can sign up for GTA Plus membership to get special benefits in the upgraded version of GTA Online and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be covering that in a moment.
Is this just a money scam?
It feels that way. Track your criminal movement across all of GTA Online's updates with the new career progress feature as you build your empire. I like the idea of that because it sounds as though it's going to actually allow me to track what I own, what I don't own, and then I can just buy what I don't have yet. I'm fine with that. That's a good idea. Navigate a refreshed landing page as you start your destination. As your starting destination. to get straight into the action, plus take advantage of an improved introductory flow for newer players. This fucked me off, because I had to start with nothing and build my way up. They're going to start with $4 million to buy properties, vehicles, and other items when you start as an executive, gunrunner, nightclub owner, or biker in the career builder. All I can think is, fuck you. I'm sat there with my 500 million in my account. Like, I worked hard for this. Makes me sad, man.
In fairness, the game's been out for
A
12
long
years?
Yeah.
2013, is it?
Yeah, 2013,
So, like,
2011.
Maybe they're just past the point of people starting from scratch.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me. Yeah, September 2013.
I feel like a lot of games that you and I talk about are like 2011 or 2013, mainly 2013.
Yeah. It's almost like that was the better time, you know?
So many good games.
This upgraded version of GTA 5 on PC will also features all of our recent player experience improvements for GTA Online, including kernel-based anti-cheat protections and proactive voice chat moderation to help keep GTA Online fun for everyone.
I can't wait for the AI to hear you incorrectly and ban you for nothing.
It wouldn't be the first time I've been banned for nothing in this game. So they're bringing 5 new cars.
Wow.
Like 9 new upgrades. 5 or 6 technical enhancements. And then we get to the GTA membership Plus membership bonus.
The money scam.
Yeah, now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go to the website. Oh, there we go. Going to go to the website here. Because this actually goes into detail. And I'll also pull up these bits here so we can check the cost. So, GTA dollars to bolster your bank account. Special amenities at the Vinewood Club. A new selection of monthly benefits. Enhanced CEO and VIP perks. Access to Rockstar Games titles. This bit here is why they can charge money for it. So you get $500,000 every month automatically deposited into your bank account in-game.
So a decade down the line, people are going to come on and just have like millions sitting there. But
yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Member-only shark cards with bonus GTA dollars. So if you buy a shark card, which is basically you're buying in-game currency, it's like buying a premium currency basically. They'll give you plus 15% on top of whatever you buy. GTA multipliers. Play select GTA Online missions and modes to earn accelerated in-game currency. Special discounts. Indulge in special member discounts on a selection of in-game items, including vehicles, properties, upgrades, and more. Like, what the fuck? Vinewood Car Club. Spacious 100 car garage. New vehicle workshop. Vinewood Club app. Easily request vehicles. Claim all outstanding business safe earnings. That, by the way, is fucking bullshit. Reason?
Everything you're telling me here, it just sounds like, hey, yeah, pay to get actual access to anything that's reasonably useful.
Yeah, pretty much. Because this here, claim all outstanding business safe earnings. You'd have to go across the map to every one of your businesses to collect the safe earnings.
I don't get why that's not an option. Flipping Saints Row has that, where your businesses just automatically go into one flipping thing. You just claim it every now and then.
This annoys me as well. Replenish ammo on your in-game phone. Right. There's a way to do this. There is a way to do this by default. And basically you go into what's called your interaction menu, and you can buy ammo from there. The problem with it is, they made guns more upgradable. So you had like the initial upgrades, so like your attachments and stuff for your guns. But for certain guns, you could buy what's called the upgrade kit. And when you've got the upgrade kit, they could have like special types of special ammo types on certain guns and stuff like that. But
you can't buy them.
You can't, and those have a lot lower ammo capacity for you to carry. You can only carry like 500 mags if you're lucky. 500 rounds if you're lucky. Sorry.
500 mags.
Whereas the default, you can carry 9,999 bullets.
Logical.
Yeah. Now the problem is, I do. I carry a minigun in my back pocket as well. What you could.
Is it your back pocket though?
Oh yeah. But if they're able to replenish that through their phone, that is so much more fucking helpful for them. Because I have to go to a building to replenish those mags, and that takes like 10 minutes depending on where I am on the map.
I mean, we're trying to look at this blindsided, Roy, but let's be honest. The budget for GTA 6 is running out.
Oh yeah, GTA 6's, but definitely.
It ran out 10 years ago.
Get access to one-of-a-kind libraries. Impressed with the whatever the fuck chameleon paint.
Ostentatious.
Yeah. Unique apparel items. Gain GTA Plus and RP gameplay boosts. Additional perks and more. It doesn't even list everything. But there's a reason I wanted to come to this bit. If I go in here...
And how much did this cost a month?
I'll be getting to that in a second.
$15?
But 1.7 million for that car. They're giving it away for free to people who run this. Well, this is what you're buying, basically. And they get discounts on all this. Now, you asked me how much this cost. £7 a month. I'm honestly so upset by it. And the reason and the reason they're not releasing, by the way, this update until the 4th of March, because GTA Plus membership runs out for people on the 3rd of March. So then they get all the money from the new people who join with the PC as well. And that means you get to start fresh. Whereas they could have released it to us like a week ago, you know. So,
no, they got to make sure they get maximum money, Roy.
Oh, don't they just? I honestly really do not like the idea of it. It's not badly charged, like, because you do get access to Bully, quite a lot of the GTA games and some other bits. So there's some worth to it. But if you already own them games, what's the point?
Yeah, and even at that, you're still paying a monthly charge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed in this episode, by the way, Will, because I know Will basically watches through Discord screen sharing. You may have noticed that it's been a bit clearer this week than it has usually.
It has. Yeah. Do you have Nitro?
Not by choice. I wasn't donated it. Discord forced its trial on me.
Oh my.
Literally.
Without consent?
Yeah, it didn't ask me if I wanted it. It just went, you are currently under Discord trial. Discord now.
We need to go get a lawyer. We know how this went last time.
Yeah, so I'm currently at 1440p 60 FPS for streaming to you.
Beautiful.
Which is really funny, because I don't even have a 1440p monitor. So I'm really impressed by this.
I do, so I at least get to see it.
Yeah, that's probably why.
It still pains me that you've not gotten a better monitor.
Yeah,
and it's not because I like things looking nicer. They're clearer, and considering you wear fucking glasses, it makes sense.
Mate, don't even get me started. But yeah, that is everything I have for this week, unless there's anything Will would like to discuss.
The only thing I remember seeing is Black Ops 6.
What about it?
Releasing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins for $20 a pop.
Yes, I remember that. You turned around and sent it to me and then said, we so need to cover this because they're basically charging for all the skins.
More than the base game?
More than the base game, yeah, I recall that.
Yeah, anyone who knows the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles knows there's obviously 4 of them. Some being aware that he is, named all 4, plus the rat, which I've already forgotten his name.
Splinter.
But he also funnily said, watch them then charge another 80 for Splinter.
Yeah.
But that is insane.
Michelangelo, Donatello, and Leonardo. And then Splinter.
Alright. You're also a weirdo. Gotcha.
What can I say? He's like TMNT.
He, for some reason, didn't know that they were teenage.
I'm not sure if that makes it weirder or not.
He probably would have liked them more, to be honest.
Oh dear. Some have no connection.
We've obviously talked about how cosmetics and all are fine as long as they're not, like, giving advantages.
Yeah.
Because, sure, it's just another way. You get things, if you buy them, it's because you like them. Go for it.
Yeah.
You know, they're not mandatory.
This was more
that the games get, like, extra income to fund future projects and keep the game running. But the price they're charging, $20 for one skin. Yeah. That is just insane.
I'll be honest, the reason I'm more like, with this is because, as you just said, like, that is our kind of stance on it. And I do still stand by that. And if people want to buy it, people buy it at the end of the day. You don't need to if you don't want to.
At the same time, though,
dumb price.
Yeah, at the same time, there's a limit. Like, there's a line, and they cross 3 lines ahead of that line. You know,
there's a line. I don't think Activision understand lines.
No.
Like the amount of them they've cropped.
Don't even. Another thing that I saw is it was like two POVs. So one was kids Call of Duty nowadays, is fucking rainbows and unicorns and blah
Yep.
blah blah. You know, you're shooting a minigun out of a unicorn's ass apparently as a finisher move. And then it cut to my Call of Duty. The first fucking thing was World at War
World at
when you're
War.
tied
Yeah.
up and the guy gets your fucking ally gets his throat slit and just the blood splatters up against the wall. People like crawling away on the beach half dead, just getting gunned down.
Yep.
It's like
Oh.
I didn't even think about it. It is
I want to go
crazy
and
how
replay it
much
now.
it's changed. World of War is great, man. There's
It
still
is.
like I'm pretty sure there's still a fairly large player base for the multiplayer.
There
You've
is
got
actually.
the one I always remember is that big boat, and it's like a 32v32. World at War. That's like 05 or 06, and there's a 64-man match like constantly going. It's crazy,
Yeah.
and you can get you can get insane clips on that game still because you play for 20 minutes. And you'll get a lineup where people are just rushing out, and you're just spraying your gun down that line. Just one more dead, one more dead, one more dead. It's insane.
Do you remember though, on like the first mission of World at War, second mission of World at War, when everyone was like really proud of themselves for doing the Easter egg of getting the ray gun for the first time on that beach.
Yeah, I still remember how to do it, man.
Same. It's one of them things you don't forget. I think it's great to see.
It's funny because when you go to do it, you're jumping in the puddles, and you're constantly thinking to yourself, "Is this even the right puddle, man?" I don't know anymore. I do distinctly remember though dying multiple times to the tank squashing me sitting in the puddle.
Yes, I did. But no, yeah, I think that's everything we have for this week. Just to let people know, the reason that there isn't a upgrade in layout is because pretty much I've been quite busy this week. Well, this last couple of weeks, and there will be one at some point. It's just going to be something that I'll work on over time, and we'll see what we can put together.
If only I was helpful.
I know, right?
I'm too stupid though.
Literally, Will's entire thing with this podcast is he turns up and we talk shit. That's his goal. That's his job.
That's what you asked me to do.
Yeah, it literally is. Like day one, I said to him, "Do you want to start a podcast? All you'll have to do is turn up and talk shit with me." He's like, "Yeah, cool." So that's all I ask for. Occasionally, I'll ask him to think about something or look for something for me, and he'll go.
Hey, I send you the odd pile of shit.
Yeah, I mean, like when I ask you near Christmas time to do our rankings, those are interesting. But no, thanks to everyone who has been watching over the last couple of weeks. It's been a crazy few weeks for us. It really has. The last couple of episodes have been absolutely insane. I don't know what Will's opinion is, but like just all the support we've received and being able to
it's constantly going. Yeah, it's constantly going, and it's changing the way well, not the way things happen, but it's changing what is happening on the channel.
Yeah, and in
it's
an
awesome to
interesting
see.
way, in a lot more of an
Yeah,
interesting way.
not in a bad way. Like the things that are happening are awesome. I mean, talking with Old Glory Studios a few weeks back was, I think it's safe to say neither of us had ever done that before.
No, we didn't expect it.
No.
It was something I said to them afterwards. I actually, when I got their email from their guys that work with them, I actually thought it was a scam email. It took me like an hour or two to actually decipher that no, this was real. I checked everything 3 times over. Everything that was there was correct. It wasn't bullshit. And then I sent it to Will, and Will's like, "What the fuck is this?" So yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks, and we can't thank everyone enough for all the support, all the appearances, everything. It's been absolutely crazy, and we're so thankful for it. But with all that said and done, we'll end this episode here. So
That sounds good.
Sounds like a plan indeed. So thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. And we will catch you all.
Don't forget to join the Discord.
Yes, the Discord. I always forget to mention it, but I always put it in the video every now and again.
You mean this thing that we're in right now?
That thing that we're in like every week, and we keep an eye on it as much as possible. Yeah, that thing.
It's crazy.
But thank you all, and we will see you all next week. Bye for now, guys.
See you next week, guys. Have a good one.